Hi everyone. I thank God firstly for this great opportunity to share my testimony. So I was born and brought up in non-Christian family, and with me four siblings, two younger brothers and one elder sister and one younger sister. And my father was running a business like a grocery shop. So by seeing my father, I started to grow up very much closely to the Hindu culture, I can say. So he is very much close to all the rituals, all the community followings, but he is also little flexible to go to church also at the same time. At the same time, he is having two ways of worship also, I can say. So he used to go to one church which is in Chennai, St. Anthony Church. Every Tuesday he'll go. Not every Tuesday. He used to go. The special day is Tuesday. So that's how I came to know the Christ in our family. But as you all you should know that the background of mine is not a rich family. We are from a poor family only. We have all other family, like other families, the loan burdens, etc. So all things are there, and he is trying to run the family successfully. He is giving his best, but every time he tries his best, end up with much loan, and then he is not able to manage the things. So that we used to close shops, and then he will go to other works, and after sometimes he will buy loan again, he will open another shop, something like that. It's keep on going, and uh, the condition is really not that good. We are not living a happy life. But how I come to know the Christ is unknowingly. First, I want to say that he put me in a school name called Basker in Perambur, because he have the belief that Christian people will have the good education. So he wants us to study well. Especially, he is put me only in that school. So I really want to thank my father to put me in that school. So what happened is, when I'm in Don Bosco school, I used to play around in the churches, etc. But I don't that much intentions or anything to follow Christ or anything. The life is going just like that. But at one point, in when we are shifting from Chennai to Tambram, so there we going through a very tough situation in our family. So that time I'm studying 6th standard. So I was moved from Christian school to non-Christian school, Paka Hindu school. In Hindu schools, we start our day with the prayers, Hindu worship prayers, etc. But the days are going like that. The real motivation in my life is doing some sports, and the reason for doing sports is also want to bring some good name to the family, want to bring some trophies or medals to the family, so that I can make my dad and mom to be happy. Because when you're in schools, this is what you can do something for your parents, right? Some people will be very good in studies, some are good in sports. So I chose sports, though I am not a successful person in sports in the initial days. So it's going as a normal sports person with all failures. But at one point, my dad think that the grocery shop is not going to work for my child in his future. So he wants me to learn tailoring. So he felt that tailor job is a better job than the grocery job. So he put me in tailor shop on my holidays. Every week, Saturday, Sunday, the school is off. So my dad put me in the tailor shop for Saturday and Sunday to learn tailoring and earn some money. So it was happened when I was studying in 8th standard and 9th standard when I'm going to school. So during 8th and 9th standard, the Saturday and Sundays I will go to that local tailor shop and I'll try to learn the tailoring. And 2 years is passed, and every kid likes to play, and I likes to play very much, and I was interested in sports, but the family situation, all these pressures and all these things put me to go to the tailor shop regularly for the 2 days learning, and also they will give some 5 rupees those times just to motivate me. Actually the intention is not to earn money, the intention is to learn something on Saturdays and Sundays. So the days are going like that, and I started to think, if the life is goes like that, then when I will achieve better things in my life. This tailoring is not what I am looking for in my mind. That is what from my dad. So what I thought is, okay, let me do something different. I started to think, uh, join in gym. Actually, I started to join in gym because during the 9th standard or 10th standard period of time, you like to have some sort of 6 packs or 8 packs like that. So that was motivates me to make me very strong. So I entered the gym day one, a local uh, gym. In the day one itself, in the gym, one brother who is a boxer, and he is calling people for boxing. So that's where I was motivated by his speech, and then I joined in boxing through one brother in local gym. So very first day also I stopped the gym and then started to move to boxing, and I thought in boxing I'll become a big person. Uh, so I started to make myself ready for boxing, doing regular exercise. I stopped going to the tailoring shop and I started to play boxing very regularly. And the days are going, and 5 years is past. 1999 I was joined in boxing, and till 2004 there is no medal in boxing. Whatever the tournament I went, it's really I lost the tournaments, sometimes because of my poor performance, and some of the times because of the sports politics. All played, and then end of the results are failure only. So 2005 I got my first boxing medal in Madras University Gold. So it's really encouraged me to continue the boxing, and also I was really in a very good form during 2005, and also I was state level gold medal in 2005 and got the best boxer award also. So all these things are happening in a matter of year. That's really was take me to the peak in my boxing weight category. Flyweight category was really doing well. So I thought this going to make change my life. My target is want to be a Indian boxer and want to join in railways. That's what my motive is. But what happened is, one day in 2005, post this all events in a local tournament, my shoulder was got dislocated. So when my shoulder was dislocated, I really was trashed, I can say, because I thought the physical strength and the willpower which I have so far, that will lead my life and make me a successful person. But that one shoulder dislocation is totally changed my life upside down. So what happened is, after the stress, the depressions, everything is piled up upon me, and I was really going through a very tough time from 2005. So actually 2005 is my passed out year in Madras Christian College as a BA Political Science. So even the political science also I joined just the sake of boxing in sports quota. So I was really disappointed post that event. Then I don't have any other way now. Even for the surgeries or all other things, the cost is really very much expensive. So I'm just doing all the normal treatment, but it's not helping me to continue the boxing. Then after the graduation, then I started to work. That's where my career is started, with all disappointments, because after college, after gaining the medal and also the best boxer award, state level, I thought a big life is waiting for me. But I started the career in a very bad note, I can say, as a old man. But if you ask me, that is where I can say it's changed my life. I thank God for that dislocation which has happened in boxing. If that is not happened, then I might be lost by this time. So what happened exactly is, post 2005 I joined in some companies, and I'm not happy with what I'm doing, and the salary which I'm getting also I'm not satisfied. Around some 3,500 or 4,000 rupees is my monthly salary, and I'm thinking what I will do now, how I'm going to build my family, how I'm going to support my mom and dad and brothers and sisters. That pushed me to search for the job. Then I was trying to attend several interviews. Because of my poor English, so I'm not able to crack the interviews. Almost 13 companies I was continually try to attend the interviews, and I got failed. In the matter of 2 to 3 weeks, 13 interviews I attended, all the 13 interviews I was failed. 14th interview I got the opportunity in HSBC to attend. So I went and I gave my interview. I'm really not happy with that performance which I given for HSBC. So what happened is, after I came out from HSBC, I have two options. Two temples are there. One is right hand side, a Hindu temple, and another one is the left hand side, a Christian church, which my father showed me. The Tuesday is a very special day for this church, one RC church. The name is St. Anthony Church in Chennai, Paris, just behind the HSBC building. So I chose to go to that church. Why I choose the church is, I was really fed up on what I was practicing as a Hindu fellow who has come in front of God and asking, I want to be a best boxer, I want to be a rich person, I want to be so many requests. I'm going and standing in front of God and keep on asking to the idols to do this, do that. I'm just commanding to them, but nothing is working out, and I was really pissed off with all the Hindu gods, right? So it's a normal human behavior. When you ask someone and if he is not responding, and you'll get irritated on them at one point, right? You may have some patience to some level, but you will last at one point. Then I lost the patience on all other Hindu gods which I used to follow. When I say I used to follow Hindu god, don't think just lightly I just went in front of idols and worshipped. I am sort of guy who was very religious. How much I was religious is, when I see any idol in the roadside or in any house or anywhere, I see the idol. If I see the idol god, Hindu gods, I will remove my slipper and I will do like this. I'll give all the respect to that god, and then I will collect my slipper. Sometimes the idols will come after one after another. so I need to remove my slipper for long distance, and then I will do this one after another. Then I will collect my slipper. These things my family knows very much what sort of guy I was, giving respect to the idols and worshipping the idols very closely. So that's where I end up in fed up on God. God is not helping me. That's what I was in. All the idols which I worshipped is not helping me. Even if you see in my pad, the exam pad, you will see the full pad is covered by different Hindu gods pictures. I put that so that I will get good mark. I think like that, and I was in the worship in that closely with the Hindu gods. Then what happened is, at one point, as I said, post this interview, I was entered to the church with all consciousness. I was really fed up on here, so let me choose this time to ask something in the church. So I enter the church, and then I see the crowd and people are worshipping. Some are crying and worshipping to God. Some are really happy to enter the church. I'm seeing all these scenes, and I see some people are writing some petitions. There is a pens and papers are kept over there, and they posting their request through the letters to Jesus Christ. So I also thought, okay, the interview is not went well, and 13 company interview already failed. Let me write a letter to Jesus. So I started to write a letter by taking the paper and pen from there, and I write my short story and my failures to God and what I'm looking from Him. And I said, at last, give me this HSBC job. Here I can get at least 8,000 rupees per month. The whole company which I'm getting 4,000, it's not sufficient for my family to run. So I asked that very openly, very selfishly. I asked this job, give me this, I will surrender my life to you, and I will look forward to you to worship. I just write it and dropped it, and then in the matter of 1 week, I get the call from HSBC that I got the job. These are all worldly blessings, right? Job, but this is how I was come my starting stage in the Christian life. After I got the job, I was really happy. Then the church is very close to the building, so in my lunch period, I just walk out and then run from office to church. I will literally run with all formals. I will run in the road to reach church, and then I'll worship the God over there. And between that 30 to 45 minutes of lunch period, I'll come back by running to office, and then I'll start my work and I'll close my day. This is what my regular routine life going in the this is how I used to go to church. My family doesn't know what's happening in my life. At one point, I started to recommend a couple of my friends. They are also boxers. They are also MCCNs, Christian College Fellows. I bring them to HSBC. Once they comes in, then again I went away from God. I'm not going to church every day. I used to go. So what happened is the worldly life always, and there is no Bible reading. Even I know I went church, I didn't have any own Bible. I don't know the truth. I just going and worship like the way I enter the temple, similar way I enter to the church, and I'll worship the God like that. So once the friends comes in the picture, then again I'm away from this sort of small fellowship also I miss from God. Then again I am in the worldly things. By thank God, from my initial stage itself, He is not letting me to touch any bad habits like gutka or liquors, alcohol or drugs, anything. He tried to keep my body clean, so that the intention is boxing. He disciplined me through boxing. even though I don't know him, he is building me for something else. So I strongly believe behind the scene Christ is closely worked and watching me and driving me on these lines. So what happened is, but like everyone, normal people, like telling lies and pornography, watching the pornography in the phone, and looking at the beautiful girls and thinking some giving some thoughts to the mind, bad thoughts to the mind. All these things are all really enjoyable in an initial stage, but God is very closely watching me, that I can really understand, because in HSBC there is one fellow, he is a Christian guy, he is a Hindu guy who married a Christian girl, and he is also converted as Christian person, and he is very humble and very quiet fellow. One day he offered a food, and he is not take that food because the food is from idols. So I was get angry with him. Why are you doing like this? And started to pull his leg, and I started to mock at him. It's like a hallelujah ghosty, like that we used to call hallelujah ghosty. But that's really a sad story, which sad thing which I have done in my life against to Christ. I said, these you guys are all hallelujah ghosty, so don't you're not faithful to your the root, the Hinduism which he is coming from. I forgot what God done in my life. I forgot what letter I written to God. I forgot totally Christ, and I'm living in my sin. If you ask someone how is Basker, everybody will give a good certificate even before I come to Christ. But a lot of secret sins are in my mind, thought. All these things are really killing me, and I'm not having the peace in my life. I'm really disappointed of the way my life is going, because whenever I see the boxing and things are happening in our local areas, the trainings are going on, because after dislocation I started to give coaching also. So because I can't do boxing, so I started to give coaching. So I really disappointed the way the life is going. Though I'm earning money in HSBC, I'm not liking the life which I am living. So at one point in 2009, one tournament was happened. So that in that tournament, I supposed to take the team. I supposed to take the team as a coach cum manager, state level tournament, Tamil Nadu state level tournament. The guys are giving their weights for the boxing tournament, and I'm listing down all these things. That time I heard a voice that I can say strongly that's from Christ, and said, you put the weight, you just put the weight and you participate in this game. Then I called my coach and I said to my coach is trusted me and then hand over the job to me, take over the team and bring them back safely. But I called my coach and I said, I want to do boxing. In 2009, you can understand, 2005 my dislocation happened, and after that 4 years there is no boxing, there is no training. But I just called him and I said, I want to do boxing. I'm going to participate in this game. He said, I give one job, just do that, don't play with this, because boxing is not just something you will go to the exam and write something whatever you think and come back. If you blink your eyes also, it will take your life if you're not conscious. But I heard voice and I told my coach, I didn't tell him that I heard the voice, that's why I'm doing boxing. I told him that I'm going to do, that's it. I disobeyed him that time, and I put weight, and then the tournament was started. My right hand shoulder was dislocated in condition, almost more than 10 times my shoulder was dislocated. Even my family knows, even in while I'm sleeping also my shoulder dislocated. Even when I throw the ball, my shoulder will get dislocated. If I hold the bus, the things in the bus, my shoulder got dislocated lively. So on all these things, with all these things, I take that risk to do boxing on 2009 for that particular state tournament, which is happened in Arakonam, which is little far from Chennai. So the first bout, I kept myself ready. I am not going to use this right hand, I'm going to use this left hand only, and then whatever winning or lose is not a problem, let me stand and come back, come out. That's what my intention, but God's plan is something different. So the very first bout itself, I used this, and the very first round itself, the guy was stopped by this hand. He not able to manage the punch, so he was referee stopped the contest. So normally I used to score, then only I will get the victory, but after dislocation, referee is stopping the contest because the contestant not able to carry forward further. So likewise, 3 bouts I was win, and at last in the 4th bout I was lost. In this, the beauty here is one of the bout I won is the guy who is coming from Sports Authority Development of Tamil Nadu. They paying for him, they giving hostel in Nehru Stadium, they feeding him, and he is practicing for 2 times in a day, might be more than that also. And I won him. That's really, I was really happy when I get that victory. But at last I was lost with Sports Authority of India. Indian government is giving a sponsor to him. The other one was Tamil Nadu government is sponsoring to him. The final one which I lost is in points only, and managed. I was really happy because I'm going to get a silver medal because I'm in a final and my shoulder is dislocated. I'm restricting the God that time. I'm not giving him to work on me. That I might be get gold medal also, but I was once entered final, I was really happy. That's really sad story. You should not disturb when God is working on your way. So I was really a very great hindrance to him. But after the medal, I thought that I will be, God's call is I want to be a great boxer. So I want to complete the surgery. I search in HSBC, there is insurance. Then I come to know that they can pay some 1 lakh. Some 1,20,000 has happened. I paid from my pocket 20,000. The shoulder is ready, keyhole treatment, 3 titanium screws they've put in to fix this shoulder. Again, I'm started my training and I get into the tournaments. First fight I won, and then I got a bad defeat. Then I went to God and asked God. Till this time I'm not going to church regularly. Just heard one time that voice, and then I stopped going to that that Catholic church also. But I was asking God in the mind, why all these things are happening. I thought your call is for boxing, and I want to be a great boxer, but why it's happening to me? Why only it's happening to me like that? Then no response. I didn't hear any response from Christ when I asked this question. But once I got the medal, I come to office. The office people are really happy, and they posted in the office sites that someone got this person has got silver medal in boxing. So this was really happy moment during that time. But what happened is, one brother named Sam, and he called me, and then he said, Basker, I want to call you for a church. Is a youth meeting is arranged in our church. Can you please join in that church meeting? So then I didn't say no to him. I just say yes, and I went to the church. The fellowship was really good and motivating to me when the pastor is speaking about Christ and the gospel. And the other thing is, in the church, a lot of youths, right? A lot of girls are there, a lot of youth, the guys are there, all are English speaking people. The atmosphere is really very encouraging and motivating, but not in a good term. I can say my mind is in a wicked mind, so I'm looking at the girls and then thinking, this if this girl come as my life partner, that would be great. Like that, keep on thinking something, the bad things, and not looking up to the God. Only when the preacher preached, I was really motivated. I feel I was very strong, and once the preaching is end, then the eye was wicked, the mind is wicked, and once I get out from the church, then all the old the pig life is there. So it's like I'm not happy at all. While doing this, it was happy. It's giving some rejoice happiness, a short time happiness. But after you done that and come back and think about your life, and asking God why there is no victory in the life, then really there is no peace at all in the life. Even I started to go to the church in a early manner. Then God is thinking that this fellow will not be going to be in a good condition if I put him in Chennai. So I got the transfer to Calcutta. So I moved to Calcutta. I got the opportunity to move to Calcutta in 2012. So in 2012, that would be the year I can say I really truly see myself as a person who is nothing. Till before, I was thinking somehow I would be a better person, a great person. I will achieve big thing in my life. But in 2012, after I moved to Calcutta, very day one itself, I was started to feel lonely, and then I'm missing family, relatives, and friends, the boxing club. Everything was separated from me, and I was alone in Calcutta. And I'm asking God, I just lock my room and then I ask her, God, why have done this to me? Why I'm sitting idle, and why I'm alone here? What is the reason behind all this? I'm just blindly, literally asking God, what is the reason behind all these things? Then God started to work in my life from that day onwards. The very first day, before this cry itself, I met one friend named called Robert Solomon, and I asked him, where is a church here, local church? Then he showed me in Park Circus in Calcutta, Christ the King. That is also a RC church. I enter the church. There is a silent, absolute silent. Even if you drop the pin, you can hear it. That sort of silence I see there, and I just worshiped the God and came back. I felt very happy, but still the emptiness after the church, emptiness after the good people fellowship, emptiness is there. I'm not able to stand. I'm not able to stand on my own at all. Then what happened is, in 2012, the moment I started my career in Calcutta, the friends, the localites in the job, they all looks me a little different, because I am from Chennai, and my working style is different, and I can say I am a hard worker. Strongly I can say I am a hard worker, not with the proud, with all fear to God. I can say that it's God's gift. I am a hard worker, so because of that I was really challenging to people and their lives and their job also. So there is no peace with colleagues also. Then I asked God, why these things again happening? I'm already in depression. I lost the peace again. Why I'm going through all these tough times? Then God said very clearly, your eyes are not clean. You're looking at the girl not in a good intentions. Your phones are dirty. Your hands are really dirty. So I really was touched when that was I'm hearing from God in my prayer. What happened is, like, normally when we go to the prayer with even the brokenness, we will ask something and we will expect God to say something. But this time God is giving me a left and right, no polishing answer, or no like my child, don't do this, not like that. It's like a very strong words coming from God, saying that you doing these things are all wrong. He is just bringing all the sins in front of my eyes. This is wrong. You stop all this thing, I will make all these people will be changed to you. They will be changed. They will become your friends. Don't worry about that part. That I will take care. You take care of yourself. You look yourself. Don't look others. You don't look others negativity. You don't look other people what they are doing against you. You look yourself. You have some problem in you. You clear it out. That he give the clear statement in a very first week of my life in Kolkata. Then I in my room there is one TV, and that TV I used to watch the Blessing TV in Tamil gospel channel. So I used to hear from the pastor. From that pastor I come to know fasting and praying, how to defeat the devil's work, how to bind the devils, how to overcome the sins. Only the way is fasting and praying and reading the Bible. And you need to surrender to God. Until or unless you surrender to God, or longing for God or thirsty for God every single minute in your life, you can't overcome from the life, from the sinful life. So that pastor preaching I constantly hearing day after day after day, and then try to follow these fastings, etc. But one day I will be a good man, 10 days I might be a good man, 1 month I might be a good man, then the second month I will fail, I will fall back. I was backsliding. I'm not able to continue to do that. I'm not able to meet the expectation of the God. Then I'm also worried, why God this is happening again. I have tried to come out, but the sin is again and again. Earlier it was intentionally doing the sins, is now accidentally things are happening, and sometimes intentionally also it's happening. Why again and again I'm failing in my life, where I'm lacking, what I need to do now. Then I asked God in 2014. The years are passed. In 2014 I said to God, now I feel, now I'm 30, now I have to marry, otherwise I don't think I will come out from all these sort of since I'm staying alone is not good for me, and I'm not that strong person. One side my friends are calling me for parties and etc. So I'm saying very straightly no, and then come and lock my door, and I'll just literally cry in front of God, and then asking God what to do. I'm not able to do boxing, I'm not able to do anything apart from the work. If I come to my room, I'll just cry, only cry, and hearing the message, and I'll cry, hearing the message and I'll cry. And I'm praying and asking God, please better give me a girl, give me my wife. I will have my life with her, so that I will come out from this sort of pornography, these sort of bad thoughts. I think like that if I'm married I will come out from all these sins. Then I was started to fast in 2013 December, a complete month I was give myself in fasting. It's not mean that I'm not taking any food. Every day I keep 8 to 9 hours fast and pray, so that 8 to 9 hours I will not eat any food. I will drink some like tea, coffee or water, but I'll skip the meals in that 8 hours. It's all my own way of putting rules on fasting. I fasted and prayed for a month, December complete month I prayed to find my life partner. And January 2nd 2014 I'm asking God, everybody is enjoying their life in New Year time. Everybody have their own girlfriends and etc. I'm not asking all this thing to roam around with the girl for the New Year party or etc. I'm asking a life partner. Why that is delay, you delaying this much? Where is my girl? I just asked. It was one fine evening, and with my friend, his name is Ebenezer. He is also working in HSBC, and still he is also working in HSBC Chennai. And he is in a phone call with one of his friend, and I am in other side talking with God. What's happening? Where is my girl? I'm just asking God. And God said, I heard a voice from God. God said, the guy who's speaking with one girl, that girl is your life partner. Please go and speak. I was really shocked when I heard that voice. I really shocked. I never thought that when I ask something and immediately go and take it like that, someone is given. I never experienced in my life when I ask something and go and take it like that. So when I hear this, then I went to approach Ebenezer, brother. Uh, you know that I was fasting and praying, and just before God spoke to me, and He asked me to approach you, that the girl which you're speaking, that is my life partner. Before that, I asked two questions to him, to whom you are speaking. He said, one of my friend, it's a good friend. Then I said, it's a boy, because I don't know if he is speaking with girl or boy. Then I asked, is it a girlfriend or a boyfriend? He said, girlfriend, but not a girlfriend, one of the friend, a good friend. He said, just a New Year wish, she is giving a New Year wish call, that's it, brother. Then I said, what's her name? I asked him. He said, her name is Elizabeth. Then I was really happy after I heard the name called Elizabeth, a Christian name. Then I said to him immediately, this is what God spoke to me, and as I said, please call her back and give my marriage proposal to her. I want to propose her for my marriage. Please arrange a call. Please call her back. Then he said, brother, are you getting mad because you have become 30 and not married yet, and you losing the things mind? I said, no, brother, you know that I am fasting. He knows very well. In December I was fasting. This is a fact. I just approached you. Then he said, okay, hold on. Let me show the face of the girl first, and let me tell you about her, where she is coming from, what she is doing, etc. I don't know what is her color. When I propose, I don't know what is the state she is belong. I don't know what language she speaks also, Elizabeth. I just told my friend, I want to give a marriage proposal to this girl because God spoke to me. Then this brother was telling, her name is Elizabeth, coming from Manipur, and she is studying and also part-time job she is doing in Chennai. So he is giving some biodata of her, and he said, I can call and I can try, but not, it's up to her to speak or not. Let's see, brother. And he tried, and she's not accepting the proposal to speak with me, not the marriage proposal. Not she's first of all not at all ready to speak to me. Almost an hour he tried his best to make a call, to arrange a call between us. Then finally she agreed, I will not speak, let him speak whatever he want, then we can wind up the call. That's the agreement. Then we enter into the call. Then I told her all my past life and the way of sinful things which I am doing, all my negativity things, and I have some 4 lakhs loans, all whatever the problem side of mine, I just disclosed to her blindly first. I didn't say any positive things in the first almost close to 30 minutes of the call. Before the call end, the human mind is coming that I am a boxer, state level boxer, gold medal, all these things to attract her. I just say that. And at last I told her one thing. She is not speaking at all in the call, she just listening in the call. And at last I told her, Elizabeth, if really God spoke to me, and if really you are my life partner, you can't run away. Even if I like to run away also, it's not going to happen. God is going to unite us. That is the fact. We have to understand that. So this is just my marriage proposal, and I just heard from God voice, and then I'm just proposing. Now it's next up to you. Then the call was disconnected, and then I was back to my friend and said, brother, 17th 2014 January 17th is my train. I came for the Christmas come Pongal holidays. I used to take the leaves in December and January. Keep That's my normal way of taking leaves. So what happened is, in January 15th, I got the call from Elizabeth and saying that, brother, I want to meet you in a coffee shop, like that. Then I said to her, okay, that's really good to hear, but let me call my friend Ebenezer. I know you through him, so let we all three go together to the coffee shop. That's what my first take. Then I called that person and he said, Anna, brother, it's not going to work. You carry on because I have a lot of work. You carry on with your friend. She is a good friend, nothing to worry, just move on. And I don't have any past experience with a girl on coffee. I am a very, very corrupted guy in the mind, but action wise, I am, by God's grace, He saved me, I can say. So I said to Elizabeth, called back to Elizabeth and said that this time what we can do is, since Ebenezer is not freed up, so I don't want to make this meet happen now. Let me go back to Calcutta on January 17th, and then uh, see how God is going to unite us. I want to see is that how this going to be progress. She said, I'm not agreed to your proposal, etc. It's just a coffee, that's it. So what happened is, I want to see the God's work very clearly, evidently. So I take a pause there, and I was denied that, and then I went to Calcutta back in 2017. Then in 2014 January 17. So I went back to Kolkata and waiting for the right time, how these things are going to happen. Then slowly I started to message her, because I got her number and I started to message her. At one point, she started to talk about her fellowship, uh, layman evangelical fellowship. She said, firstly, she said, before she is asking anything, she said, can you please visit our church, which is in Calcutta, Layman's Evangelical Fellowship. You also in Calcutta, you also not going to the regular Sunday church goer. You just going to the church whenever you like it, right? But if you go to this church, it will be really helpful for you also. So she just recommended me the Layman Evangelical Fellowship, and also he gave the Akai, brother Akai's number, and then I connected with that brother, and then I was started to go to fellowship from 2014 January, later part of the week onwards. So in the fellowship, when I start to hear the word of God, I was shaken up. I was really touched by God, and I can see the truth was really piercing my heart like anything. And then the very first day itself, I went to the pastor and I said about my life, about how is my whole life, and what is my fellowship with Christ, etc. And I told the pastor also, through this girl only I come to know this fellowship, etc. And I proposed this girl for this marriage also, but then the pastors are heard everything, and then they say, brother, you come to fellowship and just be with God, just follow the God's work. God will make a way, or God will be done. They give the counseling or guidance, proper guidance to me. Then what happened is, the things are going like this. In between I missed one part also. After my tournament, I got the medal, right. My shoulder was surgery was done, and then it was fixed. Then in the fellowship which I used to go, Ark Victory Church, over there pastor gave an open call to the congregation saying that today we have a baptism service at 2 o'clock. So if anybody is willing to accept the Christ, that means he is giving an open call for the instant baptism. So that time I'm the only one in the congregation raised my hand, and then he asked me, come forward, today you will get a baptism if you accept the Christ is your personal savior and he is everything. So I got the instant baptism in 2009. I laterly I understand that is not the way I should take the baptism. While I'm taking a baptism, one old man came to me and then said very specifically, Basker, you are now a new man. He didn't talk about the sin, all these things. He said only one thing and then he left. Even till now, I don't know who is he. Even I'm not able to recollect him in the old church also. He said only one thing: you should marry a Christian girl. You should marry a Christian girl. That was really registered in my heart very well from 2009. Even in 2012, when I come to Calcutta, around 13 or 14 period, I got the proposal also from the Hindu girl. Just because of Bengali Hindu girl she is, I was denied that proposal, because I was very much clear that I want to marry a Christian girl, because that old man said, if you marry a Hindu girl after this baptism, definitely your life will be ruined and it will go worse than what you are now today. So please don't do that. This is the only thing that old man said, and I am not seen that old man after that. And after my baptism, dipped from the water, I came out and I changed my clothes. The old man was met and then give this instruction and he is left. After that, what happened is this. That's where I'm searching for the Christian girl, and that's how I end up with Elizabeth. That's how I was rejected. The girl who is proposed me, she's having a beautiful house, she's having a beautiful family. I can I can if I look for money or if I look for anything, the worldly things, definitely I can say yes, or I can, for time being also, I can enjoy my life. But my intention is really very clear that I don't want to fall back on the old practices. That's what I'm very much conscious and clear on that part. So these things are happening at one side, and I'm in the fellowship 2014 completely till 2015 April, I can say. After that also I'm in fellowship, but in this period there is a lot of things are happening in my life. By the grace of the Lord, he is so merciful to me, and he is making a way for me to marry Elizabeth. But prior to that, only one questions come to me through the fellowship and to the relatives also. Do you have the assurance and salvation? For how can we know that you are saved? And I don't know what is that assurance and salvation in my old fellowship. But when I come to this fellowship, layman evangelical fellowship, I started to hear this word, assurance and salvation. Then I just go to the God, and then literally crying. People are saying all these things and asking for assurance and salvation. I believe that you're cleansing me, cleanse me, and still there is an area to work out. What do you want to say to me? I never experienced this sort of assurance and salvation. I don't know how to take also. Then I was closely work with Brother Akai, and he is really, I can say, comforter. Jesus said, right, I am going now and I will give you a comforter. I can feel that comfortness from him, that Holy Spirit really walked through him. And then one fine day, early morning, 4 o'clock, around that time in the month of April, I crying out to the God around 4 o'clock early morning. God, I want you to forgive my sins. How can I know that you have forgiven my sin? The fellowship have this sort of practice, and everybody have their assurance in salvation. They have the promises. Then today I am not going to leave you. I want the forgiveness. Please, I'm ready to do anything for you. My condition is this. I'm totally trashed in my whole life. Now I'm enjoying my life in you. I'm rejoicing in you every day. Please give me the assurance and salvation. There, God is showed me through Colossians chapter 2, verse 13. Your sins are, you're dead in sin, is very direct. You're dead in sin and all your sins are forgiven. When I read that verse and my finger was there exactly, I can still remember that early morning instance. Then I called Brother Akai and said, Brother, this is what I got. Then I rushed to church and I also showed him. Then he said, it's clearly God has forgiven you, brother. Don't worry about it hereafter. This is your assurance and salvation. But keep your path set right in God. Don't go left and right. It's a narrow gate. It's not a broadened gate. And I come to know the Elizabeth family through Brother Akai. Then I understand, God, I just asked a Christian girl, but you make a way to associate with the family who is ministering to God. Even the grandparents are missionaries to the village in Chutanpur. So I heard all these things. Uh, my love was really increased on Elizabeth. It's not, I will not say, I will never say this is a love marriage. I will never say, with all fear to God, I can say this strongly. So God has really touched me. Then God made a way, and I got married with Elizabeth in 2015, and we are blessed with one daughter, a beautiful daughter. Her name is Hemi Waho Ching, and she is blessing to her. And from the day one of our marriage, two things my wife was very much conscious and very much clear. One is tithes, and two is regular family prayer, everyday family prayer. These two things helped us to build a very good family life by keeping the Christ as center, and that helps us to keep our oneness. If these two is not there, I can say strongly, if these two advices not comes from her, I might be perished also in the money matters. So from the day one, ensured this ties part and also this uh, family prayer. That's really helped me. We can see the blessings. A lot of time the controversies between the husband and wife is quite normal, but we have the Christ in our center, so we overcome those things very nicely. Today God is made me a new man, and bondage of pornography, adultery, wicked thoughts or minds, all these deliverances come through only Christ, and I really enjoying that, and I want to serve to God. And my intention or my vision, I can say that I want to serve to God, God's willing, uh, wherever he want to send me or whatever the things, I'm ready for that. But all I need from people who watch this, keep me in your prayer so that I can run the good race, because Christian life is not just one time assurance and salvation taking, or one time baptism I took and I will go to heaven. It's not like that. It's like when I before marriage I said to God, I was really tempting by the girls and the pornography. If I married, I will be very faithful. But I break that. I break that. I was break that. Then I realized that marriage is not the solution to overcome the pornography or to overcome the bad thoughts, etc. All you need is Christ. Your thought, your mind, everything should think about Christ. Only when you have that fullness in Christ, that means when you give a complete heart to the Christ, that is where I can able to overcome all these things. When you keep your mind as an idol, it's a devil's workshop. It will it will eat you. When you're in church, you will be saved. When you have a fellowship with your church people, you are saved. But when you come out, even over one single minute is more than enough to destroy your life. But the moment you stronghold the Christ and look up to Him, then you will not be disappointed. Because why I'm saying that is, when I see the old church, the initial stage of the church, how they give the baptism, just like that they given the baptism, I was got angry. Then God said to him, don't get angry on them. All without my approval, nothing has happened. Don't get angry on them. Only thing is, you are not right in the sight of me, and you're not faithful to anyone. That is why you got disappointed now. So don't look the people, look only me. So look only Jesus. He is our role model. If we look left and right our people, we will also act like them. So I strongly recommend, only Christ is our reference to do anything, or even to overcome also. But don't refer a man. At one point, you don't know, one point you will also have his own struggles, and you will say that brother is going there, I also can go there. Then he is a spiritual man, he is a prayer man, I saw him in a liquor shop. So entering the liquor shop is not wrong, drinking only is wrong. God clearly says to me through the Daniel chapter 1 verse 8. Here says Daniel refused the king's parties, that means the rich food and then wines. By saying, by getting this promise, God told me in HSBC, whatever the parties happening after 2014, all the parties I said no. I am not supposed to enter where the liquor was serving. If there is no liquor is serving, please invite me, I will be there. If there is a liquor is serving, even it's a lunch or a dinner, I will not enter that place. And I told them clearly, this is what said in the Bible. This is how Daniel was ensured to keep the God first. So that helped me to make my life successful in a working environment also. So I thank God for all this opportunity, and I thank God for the families which I got it post my marriage. I see people in Manipur, the way the fellowship functions, and the way the consciousness towards to the sin, etc., is really impressing us. Everybody have their own challenges. I'm not saying everybody is perfect, or no man is perfect, only Christ is perfect. We all know that. But the thirstiness which the family people showing towards to Christ, to serve to Him, is really make me a very, very happy. Like grandmas, and also my mother-in-law, and my grandma, who is she is really praying woman, I can say. People are just in the mid of the night, they all of the sudden in the sleep they started to pray. I experienced that. I see that through this, my mother-in-law, and also from grandma. Middle of the night, while sleeping, you waking up and then you praying. It's this sort of fellowship we can make with God. It's really motivating to me, at the same time challenging to me also, to measure my level of spiritual life with them and pushing me forward. So I thank God for everything. That's what I can say. But all I can request is, keep me in prayer. As I said, it's not a one-day show. A Christian life is, I need to run a good race. I need to be a fruitful man in His kingdom. And thank you.